Bust it.
Hello and welcome to Political Platform. My name is Amechi Anapwe. 2 days to the Anambra governorship election. The big parties, two of them did their grand finale campaigns yesterday, talking of the UPP, where you have Osa Chidoka, and the APC, Dr. Tony Nwoye. The president was at the APC final rally in Oka, where, of course, he renewed his commitment to ensuring speedy development of the southeast. But the first son of late Chukwuemeka Odimegwu Ojukwu, the first son decamped from ABGA to the APC yesterday. And of course, the president was one of the party stalwarts that received him. But the chairman of ABGA, Victor, has described him as a prodigal son. Of course, these are what you see in politics. And today, Thursday, the last day of campaigns, the PDP, Ose Local Baze will be holding the last campaign. PDP chieftains are expected to get down there. Of course, it's also the same with the other parties, 37 of them in all, trying to indeed get the nod of the voters. The ABGA is expected also to, of course, hold his last campaign in, of course, on the Anambra State. So, the stage is getting set for that historic election in Anambra State. And the president, Muhammad Buhari, directed the Inspector General of Police, Ibrahim Idris, to immediately restore the security aids of Governor Willow Obiano that were taken away from him. It came after a Senate resolution describing the action of the IG as a threat to democracy and insisting that he must restore the security aids. And we can confirm that those security aids, including the ADC, are now back with the governor. Of course, the Inspector General of Police will have a lot of explanations to give us to the reason behind this very controversial action he took in Anambra State. Of course, the quick intervention of the president and the Senate tells you that indeed there are some persons that are ready to defend and stand up for democracy when it matters most. We shall be taking you through the camp of the big players, the big parties and candidates in Anambra. Our correspondents are on ground across the length and breadth of the state, but we should be taking you through the four big camps, PDP, APC, ABGA, and UPP in the course of this program. We shall be joining our correspondents to give us updates about 48 hours to that election. But first, let's get to hear from you. Let's feel your pulse as we read some of the mails we have picked from our email platform.
Hello and welcome to the mail segment. I am Etenika Akiku and Chidima and you will be joining me in the mail segment today.
Welcome.
Alright, we're getting started with a reaction to the military takeover in Zimbabwe. And Shegun Bansho in Kuji Abuja says, as much as I detest coup and military dictatorship, I totally support the military takeover in Zimbabwe because Robert Mugabe had abused the sensibilities of his people, betrayed his comrade who fought alongside him during the liberating war, and plunged Zimbabwe into economic quagmire. Also, the hesitant reaction of the international community to the coup d'etat further validates the motion that Robert Mugabe has overstayed his welcome. The military must not transfer power to democratic institutions within the shortest possible time, where hopefully the issue of term limit for the president should be addressed to ensure more smooth transmission of power.
Still in that light, Hakeem Kazim in Lagos State says, it is good riddance to bad rubbish on the exit of Mugabe by the military. Call it whatever name. For the past 40 years, the dictator has held his country by the jugular vein, making peaceful and economic change practically impossible. He has turned Zimbabwe's once thriving, buoyant economy into a basket case and inflicting monumental socio-economic misery and suffering on the citizenry. This continent needs to free itself from other sit-tight tyrants in other countries like Cameroon, Togo, and other leaders, making peaceful change impossible. Thank you.
In more reactions, Christy Victor in Abuja says, Dear crew, I listened with keen interest to your analysis yesterday about President Mugabe, and I was shocked to my bone. What does a 93-year-old man have to offer? In my village, once a man is 80 years old, he will automatically join the group of Akpa Luku, having men of strength, integrity, and intelligence around him. By 90, a man has fully retired. Look at the president of France. He's just 36 years old. What are our leaders doing in this part of the world? Making Africa a laughingstock to the world because of greed. God bless our country, Nigeria.
And that's it on today's mail segment. Please do keep your mail coming. The route hasn't changed. It's politicalplatform@yahoo.com. Don't forget to add your number.
Bust it.
They present the popular radio program Political Platform on the Ray Power FM network. Ray Power FM Political Platform, now on television. Keep track of the country's polity and be part of the process as they discuss and put political developments in the country into perspective. It's Ray Power Political Platform on AIT Abuja.
Okay, thank you so much for your mails. We shall be going to Anambra State now, straight to, of course, connect with our correspondents. The first port of call is the PDP camp. Sonia Ararume is our correspondent with the Ose Local Baze campaign organization. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much for having me.
So, what's the situation in the PDP camp? The last campaign rally, we're expecting it today, I think.
Yes, it's taking place at Onitsha.
So, who are expected in that rally?
Yes, as of last night, we got a report that former President Goodluck Jonathan will be leading other governors of the party to Onitsha for the grand finale of the PDP governorship rally here in Anambra State.
Okay, now what's the mood like in the PDP camp? Of course, how do they themselves rate their own chances ahead of this election?
Well, so far, the 21 local government areas that the PDP governorship candidate has visited, and they've been receiving a lot of support from the grassroots. Don't forget the former governor of this state, Peter Obi, is also with the governorship candidate here, and it seems to be one of the biggest masquerades here in Anambra State. So far, the turnout has been impressive.
Now, you mentioned the name of the former governor, Peter Obi.
Yes.
How vital is his support for these candidates? At some point, it appears as if he's even the candidate. The way he has become involved in this campaign, it appears the stake is high for the former governor.
Yes, because according to the former governor, he said his dream for Anambra, where he left Anambra, is still where he left it 4 years ago. So he needed somebody to continue from where he stopped. So far, in all the 21 local government areas visited so far, he has been there, mounting the podium, championing the cause, and sensitizing the people on the need why they should vote for Ose Local Bazaar.
So what about the electorate? Have they been able to distinguish between the former governor and the PDP candidate? Are they seeing it as the former governor also coming back for a third term, or has Ose Local Bazaar been able to separate himself in terms of policies and programs and electoral promises from Peter Obi?
So far, so well, he has been able to spell out his manifestos to them, and in some of the places visited, a lot of the electorate over there, they try to ask the former governor if he's trying to be the godfather of the PDP candidate, and that they've been able to explain to the electorate that no, they just want continuity from where the former governor Peter Obi stopped. So according to them, they allege that the present governor has failed to continue from where Governor Peter Obi stopped. So he has been the one championing the cause and sensitizing the people on the need why they should vote for PDP and Ose Local Bazaar.
What are the promises Ose Local Bazaar has made to the people? What are his key items in his manifesto?
Yeah, the main item on his manifesto is human capital development, which he has been saying is going to be centered on free, quality, and quantitative education. 26% of the budget is said to go for education. We talk about social welfare, 75 years and above, we get 5,000 naira stipend every month. We talked about infrastructure, good healthcare service delivery, and one key area is also emphasizing that development in the state during his own administration, if he's given the chance, is going to be on equity, not on one area of the state where he comes from. Because that's one thing he alleged, that the present government has taken just a local government in the state and developed. That is going to be the governor for the 21 local government areas of the state. So, but the main focus of his campaign is human capital development.
Okay. Thank you so much, Sonia Rarume, our correspondent with the PDP Anambra Governorship Campaign Organization.
Thanks.
Of course, you can hear it. We make attempts now to cross over. I think I will make a stopover at, of course, the APC camp. The last campaign rally held yesterday. The president and, of course, top APC governors were in attendance. Tony Nwoye is the candidate. He was the PDP candidate 4 years ago, and 4 years after, he's with, of course, the APC to talk about change of fortunes and indeed how things can quickly change. I think we have Chiko Dinaka Eze now on the line from the APC camp. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Sue.
So what was the last campaign rally like? How will you describe the atmosphere at that rally?
The atmosphere was much peaceful, and we had a massive turnout of prospective voters.
Okay. The president was there live campaigning for Dr. Tony Nwoye. What were the main highlights of the president's speech?
Okay. The president was actually came to campaign for the candidate, Tony Nwoye, which was against what many people in the state actually felt, because so many people felt he would not come. But I think he disappointed a lot of people by coming. And with some of the highlights of his speech, he made mention that the Igbos, the Indibo, will be drawn closer, and that he will emphatically ensure that adequate provision is made for the southeastern region in the 2018 budget.
Okay, who are the other major speakers yesterday at that rally?
We had the all governors from the All Progressive Congress, the former governors of Anambra State, and some stakeholders.
That's Chris Ngige.
Yes, we had Chris Ngige and other former governors of Anambra State. We had Ken Namani, which is the former
Senate president.
Yes, and some other stakeholders too.
Okay, what message is Tony Nwoye sending out to the Anambra people? What are his major promises, his key campaign promises?
Okay, he has about 5 and even more campaign promises, and some of which is that he will rehabilitate and reconstruct the roads, which he has, to prove the point to his people, he had started with the return of construction work on the Enugu-Onitsha Expressway, which was actually flagged off last week, and the workers are back to site and construction is ongoing. Then he also promises to deliver free medical attention to pregnant women and elderly in the state, particularly those from 60 years and above. And among others, he says that he would improve the hospital facilities in the state. Then also he has actually, when he was in Onitsha, the commercial hub of Anambra State last week, where he actually told the people that he would build a seaport for them and also provide an enabling business environment for the traders there, and he would put an end to unnecessary taxations. He also said that he would provide grants for those who are the youths who are willing to, delve into business. And the grant is on the condition that they would use it for a stipulated period of time, particularly like 1 year, and after which they will return for another person to do. But most importantly, he's out to, improve the standard of living. And the youth is actually his watch point, because he has actually said that he would provide and create employment and job opportunities for the youth in the state.
Now, how have the people been receiving that campaign trail? You've been with that trail. How has the reception? What has the reception been like?
The reception has really been very, very good. You know, the people, he has a lot of people around him. The youth, most especially, see him as their own, and the people see him as a connecting rock between the state and the federal government. They believe that with him as a governor, development will be brought to this part of the southeast.
Now, how is the APC coping with the that insinuation, that belief that APC is not well entrenched in the East, that the Igbos have not really accepted the APC? How is the campaign organization coping with that fact?
And you know, just like every other person have their own speculations about different parties, but we all know that the Igbos are most times are not, you know, they don't easily flow with the APC party as a whole. But in this campaign, I tend to be seeing a lot of a different perspective altogether, because unlike what the rumors around, the people seem to be accepting APC this time. Why? Especially, I think, of course, of the candidates in the forefront. And following what happened yesterday, I must tell you that the Indigo are beginning to accept the APC as a party. And there was something very significant that happened yesterday. That is the son of late Ikembe Ojukwu, you know, the campaign to the All Progressive Congress. That clearly shows that the APC is beginning to warm themselves into the heart of the Igbo.
Okay.
From all indication that Akureyze is not just the person.
Thank you so much, Chiko
candidate.
Dinaka Eze, correspondent in the APC Anambra State Governorship campaign camp. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Okay, our next stop should be the Incumbency in Anambra State. Talk of Willie Obiano, whose security details we gathered were returned on the orders of the president. The Inspector General of Police, Ibrahim Idris, coming out with some reasons, said there's need to temporarily withdraw them and they will be returned soon after the election. But pressures were made to bear on him, and of course he has resorted to responding to the pressures. We have Chukwuma Egwu. Chukwuma Egwu is our correspondent in the campaign team of Governor Willie Obiano. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Amechi Anakwe.
Now, can you confirm that the security details of the governor that were withdrawn are now back in place?
Yes, the security detail of Governor Willie Obiano was formally withdrawn on Monday morning. But Governor Obiano raised alarm, complaining and also asking the IG, Inspector General of Police, to return his aides. As of Tuesday morning, his aides has resumed work back at the governor's lodge.
We gather that the governor had to personally lay a complaint to the president when he received him, when he came into the state yesterday to attend the APC rally. The governor personally complained to the president of the actions of the IG. Is that right?
The governor, yes, welcomed the president when he arrived Oka yesterday, but I don't have the information of the governor personally complaining to the president on the action of the IG.
Now, the grand finale of the ABGA campaign will be holding today, I presume, in Oka?
No, the activities of the governor have been scheduled to take off today. He has several places that will be visiting for his campaign before the grand finale at his hometown in Aguleri Field this afternoon.
Okay, being the incumbent, so many people will say the incumbent is always the candidate to beat, but how will you rate the performance of the governor based on what you have gotten from the people who have been going around the state with him? How have they seen his first term as governor?
Governor Obiano, as the incumbent governor and also the candidate of ABGA, has toured around almost the 21 local government areas of Anambra State. And having covered his campaign activities within this season and this period, I would say that Governor Obiano has endeared himself into the hearts of the people based on his achievements in the past 3.5 years in the office in his first term.
What are the people pointing out as his major achievements?
First, they said before the assumption of office of Governor Obiano as governor, security in Anambra was nothing to talk about. But now that the Governor Obiano resumed office as the governor of Anambra State, that security is tight. People can now come home, or night activities have returned. People can now do their marriage in Anambra, no longer in Lagos or Abuja. And in agriculture, they also pointed out that Governor Obiano has done so much in terms of improving youth participation in agriculture, and also which have also created several employment to the teeming unemployed youth of Anambra State.
What promises are the governor giving to the people? What is he promising to deliver to them if he wins this re-election?
In his campaign, Governor Obiano has maintained that he wants to consolidate on his achievements of this first term and also deliver a sustainable economy to Anambra people so that the next government or the next person that will be taking over from him will not wait for allocation of the federal government to do anything in Anambra State. That what he's putting in place will generate enough revenue to enable whoever will be taking over from him after 8 years to do anything without even federal government allocation.
Now, a key member of the ABGA left the party yesterday and joined the APC. The first son of Ikemba, or the Ikemba of Newi, Dimburuburu Chukwemeka Odimegwojuku, dumped the ABGA for the APC. How has the ABGA been reacting to that development?
Why ABGA leadership feel disappointed that the son of the late Ikemba Ojuku decamped, left ABGA for APC. They also believe that his leaving ABGA to APC will not have any negative impact on the success or victory of ABGA in this November 18 governorship election.
Okay, thank you so much, Chukwumegu, for your intervention there. And we want to say that in future, in the days to come, we'll have to make a request to you to update us on situations in Anambra State, especially around the ABGA camp.
Thank you so much.
So we'll make our last stop for today. That's the camp of the UPP, United Progressives Party, where Osta Chidoka, former aviation minister and commercial of the Federal Road Safety Corps, is the candidate. The big four in Anambra State, we call them. And we have Chukwuebuka Bodo now, our correspondent embedded in that camp. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning.
So what's the situation in that UPP camp? The last campaign rally held yesterday in Onitsha, right?
Of course.
So what was it like? What was the atmosphere like?
Okay, it was a very huge, remarkable event for the United Progressive Party. I can confirm to you that the leadership of the party were in attendance, party members, and of course, representatives from the 21 local government areas of the state were also represented. Osita Chidoka was able to drive home his point, and then he told Anambra people that a mandate for him means the liberation of the Igbo people. A mandate for him means the repositioning of Anambra State, and then it also means the fact that Anambra will be leaving the previous record of bad leadership to a leadership that can actually achieve what the people actually want. I can also tell you that Osita Chidoka have been able to reach out to over 111 communities during the over 6 weeks of his campaign. He's been able to also engage the people through his call center. He has a call center. So his campaigns have just been very robust and vigorous. And of course, I can confirm to you that a man who started his campaigns without much followership, as I speak to you as of today, Osita Chidoka has actually won the hearts of millions of Anambra people. And of course, I think it's a better way to actually go into the polls come Saturday.
I wonder how you were able to gauge the fact that he was able to win the hearts of millions of Anambra people. Our correspondents were also making allusions to that, but the indicator will be the outcome of voting on Saturday. But of course, Osta Chidoka is one that is coming from another senatorial zone. The three other candidates, the PDP, APC, and ABGA, are coming from one senatorial zone. How is that affecting Osta Chidoka that the UPP appear not to be respecting the issue of zoning in this election?
Well, as a matter of fact, the leadership of the United Progressive Party has said that while the other governorship candidates are zoning in their own parties, that the UPP also has its own zoning formula, and that whatever it is that UPP has actually zoned to zone out bad leadership in Anambra State. They said they have zoned to zone out the impoverishing of Anambra citizens, and then they have also zoned to zone out poverty out of Anambra State. Their zoning formula is one which they describe as a zoning that will actually give Anambra people a sense of belonging and help them to actually exist as people that are actually under a government, and of course, people that can actually enjoy the dividends of democracy.
Okay, thank you so much, Chukwuebuka Obodo, for your updates. Of course, that is it. We have gone through the four big candidates, not removing the fact that there are other candidates, the PPA, Godwin Ezimo, and of course, 37 of them in all. Not forgetting the Young Democratic Party, where we have Ozemena and Nonso Ozemena also swearing it up. My colleagues are all in Anambra State. You wouldn't be surprised I'm alone here. But by tomorrow, they'll be joining us on phone to give us first-hand information of events and developments in Anambra State. Thank you so much for being part of Political Platform today. My name is Amici Anapue.
Bust it!